As we do every week, it's time to talk business. Small business specifically, and startups, how to start one, how to run one, and how to make some money out of one and be happy doing so. Our expert in the small business field is Kat Paz. A very, very good morning to you, Kat.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. This morning, Kat, we're going to be talking about popular apps to make life a little bit easier for small businesses. Kat, what kind of apps are we talking about here?
Well, I think the first app we'll start with, I'm thinking of segments of the business.
Sure.
So maybe let's start with emails. Everyone emails in business, and a lot of correspondence happens via email today, but so do cyber threats as well. And as I've mentioned before in past episodes, even the ATO was targeted. So there's a lot of fake emails going around, fake phone calls, but we'll stick to emails at the moment. And much of it results in ransomware, where it's so common but very worrying because it's like a computer infection and it actually blocks access to your devices, and it will encrypt your files, important files for that matter. You're then held ransom.
Wow.
And told, pay us money, and it's anywhere from $500 to thousands of dollars. And I read a report on this recently that they make about $30 billion a year doing this. Yeah, and it's purely because it's impacting individuals and small to medium businesses because they can't afford the software that you need to be constantly monitoring your devices. And, there's lower policies on, how to manage what people can access. And, everyone's blocked from, say, social media. It's not happening there. It's happening through business emails. And it started off with people opening a dodgy attachment, but now you don't need to do that. Simply having the email in your inbox they're finding is enough. Wow. So it's making its way there. And I can understand bigger companies spending a bit more money.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Yeah. But in the UK, it happened too, the NHS, all that information gone. I don't even want to think who's actually going to try and take advantage of that.
Gosh, it's scary.
It's so scary. So happening at a small business level, you probably don't have the time, maybe the money. There is cyber insurance now in Australia. So if you've never heard of it, call your insurance person and get it on there. But also the time you spend getting your business back up, you can never recover that easily. There are a few apps you can buy to protect your inbox, and it's called email filtering, where an email filter will kind of watch what's coming into your email and delete. So it's almost like, how before emails would go to spam automatically?
Yeah.
This email filter is that.
Right. And
you are better off having even an email from a client deleted than for an email like ransomware to come in. The app I've come across, it's called Mailguard, and it's Australian owned and run, so you can actually call and talk about it. It's very cheap. It costs $5 per person per month to have this service, and I have seen even personal people using it as well. So I met someone who does their own music as a hobby, and they were like, "Nope, I've got that," because they get emails from all over the world.
Yeah.
And I'll make it available to listeners as well through our YouTube channel notes, how you can get in touch with Mailguard and get that set up. It's definitely worth it.
Excellent. Fantastic. What other apps would you recommend for small businesses, Kat?
For businesses, the clients and supplier management, everyone manages, their contacts on one device. So when you start up, you're putting all the contacts onto your phone, and that's okay. But then what if you lose that phone, or if other people rely on you to have that phone available? And I find it common in small businesses where the business owner's phone is held ransom by a staff member because that phone has the emails, the phone numbers, and it just, someone has to update it often. Now that process could be forever, especially if you're busy and you're just running around. There's no way for that poor staff member to get your phone and actually catch up, but also the time you're spending checking if you've entered it before. It's really hard, and maintaining the same email information on emails, people going, do you have their email? That's a sign. To me, that's usually a symptom of a problem, because you shouldn't be asking that. And that's because a great tool people should have, it's called a customer relationship management tool. I think you've heard the term CRM being thrown out there. So that's what it means. And any CRM will have details of all the business contacts, and anyone can add details as well. So if someone runs into someone, you can add that person and then use what the term is called tags. So you add someone, so I say, Naomi Smith, tag them as friend, supplier, client. So you just create these tags so that it's easy to search for people in your database. Like for myself, I could be like business as well as presenter. So I could have 2 tags against my name as opposed to entering my details twice. It saves a lot of time, and you can do templates as well, like scripts. Or if a client calls, here's what you send them, and it's already saved in there. Contracts, you can save them in there, and people can sign digitally. It depends how much you want functionality. But at a basic level, even emails are kind of flowed into the CRM. So if a client emails, it's not sitting in someone's inbox. And then it eliminates the need of CCing everybody. And that's how spam travels, by the way. It kind of loves that because confusion. So instead of CCing everybody, someone sends an email and then you can pass it on, and you can create a task and say, look, I was dealing with this client, like I'm going on leave. And you can just assign tasks to different staff members without actually having to sit down, have a lengthy meeting about it, and then nothing gets done when you come back from leave. I'm sure it's happened to a lot of people. And transparency, it keeps everyone happy without thinking, what are they doing? Are they not giving me the information? Because some people become hoggers because they realize there's an inconvenience with sharing and assigning the responsibility. But a CRM will keep it very open, and it will ensure that any open jobs are actually available to the right people to address. They're free ones, I suppose. Yeah, there's free ones, and as well as paid. But I'll talk about 3 today, maybe 4. One is called Agile CRM, Australian-owned, run. So you can call as well. And it's free for up to 10 users and has amazing functionality, including that email functionality I was telling you about. So you don't have to access each other's inboxes. It's all there for the contact, like the correspondence you've had. And you pay about $9 per month per user once you pass the 10 users, or if you want more functionality. But the basic plan I've seen is very, very good. People actually use it. And my advice, if you're starting out with apps, play around as much as possible with the free plan so you can understand what you need. Just because you're missing one functionality doesn't mean you have to pay. So it's always worth that, because a lot of them are pay to play. And they will take out that function they know people really want. But this one has the email functionality already there, which some don't. You actually have to pay to be able to stream your emails through. Of course, there's a learning curve with all of these. A second one is called Asana, and this is free for up to 15 users, but the functionality is free as well, but not as much functionality as Agile, I've found. I think it's awesome for project management and task management. So if you work with multiple clients, you can create projects based on the client, and you can track what's going on in those projects. And it's $10 per user after 15 users, or when you need more functionality as well. And that's in US dollars. The third one, it's quite popular. It's called Zoho. And Zoho is like a full enterprise system where you can get emails. So you can set up a Zoho email with your domain on there, and then you can get the Zoho CRM added to it. Now, Zoho CRM is a small part of Zoho. It's huge. You can do surveys, you can do newsletters. I think that's called Zoho campaigns. You can also do forms as well on Zoho, and you just add on as you go. So it's awesome like that. The CRM, though, is not free. It's $12 per user, but at the get-go, it's already got more functionality than the last 2 that I mentioned. It all depends on how you understand something. Comes down to the learning curve, I would say, because oh my gosh, I've been there and I've done that. So $12 per user per month. It's also how much inconvenience you want in your business. But Agile is awesome. So like I said, if you're going to pay to play, then start looking at all of them for pay to play. So I've only mentioned 3. There's a 4th one, which a lot of people use, but that's huge. And I'll keep it at small business for now. It's called Infusionsoft. Many of us received emails from Infusionsoft. That one is intuitive. So you can set events. So that's more marketing, and I'll leave that to a marketing expert I'm still trying to bring onto the show, because that could be an awesome topic for weeks and weeks and weeks. So I think a CRM is important if you just want to manage clients, contacts. And the minute you're asking someone for someone's phone number, there's a problem if you don't have CRM. There's also a problem if you have CRM, because it means you're not updating it. And that's a different issue that needs to be addressed within the business.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So the use of meaningful apps within people's businesses ensures that they remain cost efficient and cost effective, and also that business owners stay current and keep up with trends, guaranteeing the long-term competitiveness of the businesses.
Well, there's a lot of hesitation. So at a personal level, it's fine not to get social media, not to play around with these apps. But if you're in business, you have to maintain a certain level of efficiency to stay, like you said, competitive. Because if you are not efficient, your costs are higher than your competitors. And then you're definitely charging more than your competitors. Yeah. So how do you charge less? So you have to engage in these things. Today, a lot of businesses run out of smaller spaces. You see shops getting cut in half because they don't need as much anymore. And that's technology. So taking advantage of technology ensures the longevity of your business. Yeah. Yes, there's a learning curve. It's huge. Yeah. But I think, like I said, the first thing is there's a few tips you need to do with apps is really just play around with the free apps. Yeah. Don't over Google anything. Oh my goodness. Google's awesome, but at times it's just too much information overload, and then you find yourself going down the rabbit hole into the wrong place, and you're like, how did I end up here? So choose, try, and very quickly with time, and it happened to me, with time you'll understand that's not going to work for me. That's going to work for me. If I sense that the learning curve is more than I can handle time-wise, I move on. Yeah, as nice as the product is, as much as I can see what it can do for me, I haven't gotten there yet. So then you move on. Yeah. But if it's satisfying you, you engage it, and you learn from that. Yeah, so change is always constant.
Awesome. Wow. Some invaluable information there, Kat. Yeah. Thank you very, very much, as always, on a Monday for chatting with us.
No problem.